Hi, this is Seraph GL from That Which Matters Most with Seraph GL. This and every podcast and blog is brought to you by SimpleTrading2020.com and BusinessBuiltForYou.com. Do you have a business idea? Do you want us to build it for you? Would you like to learn how to trade stocks properly and never, ever, ever worry about losing all of your money? Then go to SimpleTrading2020.com, and if you have a business idea or you have a business that you want built for you, go to BusinessBuiltForYou.com. And as always in party, peace.
I protect that which matters most.
Good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you are on this green and blue planet that we live on. I am Seraph GL, and this is That Which Matters Most. What I want to talk about today is there's no business like show business. Ethel Merman. A lot of you guys way too young or way too something to have never heard of her. But Ethel Merman made famous the song, "There's no business like show business, like no business I know." Now, I happen to be in show business. I'm a singer, songwriter, guitar player. I've done some acting. And there's no people like show people. We smile when we are low, right? Like tears of a clown. But I'm not going to talk about show business from the standpoint of the part of show business that I'm in, or that George Clooney is in, or Dave Chappelle, or anybody else, okay, in film, television, music, whatever. I'm talking about how you are influenced by everything that you allegedly believe and know, and what caused you to believe and know that. I always separate the two, believe and know, because that which you know does not require faith. That which you believe requires faith. Let me say that again. If you believe something, a belief, by definition alone, means something that's been told to you over and over again, to the degree that you have decided, okay, fine. If your mother taught you from birth that you were a boy and you're actually a female, and she raised you to be a boy, even though you biologically would be a girl, and even though you may be what they would call straight, right, or not even bisexual, you are going to carry yourself and believe yourself to be a boy, even though there's no factual data to support that. But you will go with that because you've been programmed to believe it. And on faith alone, you go with that. I know that might not be the greatest example, but religion is a perfect example. There's very few things in this world, in our historical and factual references, that prove the existence of any religious figure. Very little. Yet, millions and millions and millions and billions of people have a belief system in a particular religion or religious doctrine. And all of it, by and large, is based on faith, which is why it's a belief instead of a knowing. Which is why it's a belief instead of fact, which is why it's a belief instead of truth. You may have some, what's the word I'm looking for? You may have some situations that happened in your particular life that lead you to believe that something is true, referencing religion. Right? But there's not enough data to support that for for us to say 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? It requires no faith to know that 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? So I'm just saying that's why show business is required for you to believe anything. I was born and reared in Memphis, Tennessee. My father, may he rest in peace, was a missionary Baptist minister / pastor of 2 churches. His ability to provide a show is what made people believe in him and believe in what he said. If he had a subpar show, he wouldn't get as much belief, which means he wouldn't get as much offering, which means everything else. Okay? Joel Osteen, to the degree he's able to put on a big enough show, is what provides him with a big giant checkbook and a huge airplane and anything else he wants. Is to the degree of your ability to provide a adequate, if not superior, show. Politics is not about truth, it's not about justice, it's not about happiness, it's not about the American way, it's not about any of that. Politics is about the show. Who can put on the best show? Because whoever puts on the best show is the one that's going to win the election. It won't matter what they know. It won't matter what they know how to do. Ask any politician. How do you solve the issue of 0-point energy? If they're honest, they'll say, I don't know. But as politicians, they'll give you a 15-minute conversation that all equals, I don't know. But they'll put on a show right then and there. And your job is to buy that show. That's the nature of politics. None of your politicians, none of them, from the little council person in a little bitty town or incorporated village, okay, all the way to the top level of federal government, all of those people, they know how to do one thing: get elected. Most of them have very little to any experience in all of the things that are put to them to do, which is why I believe, and I know, I'm do both, because I believe it because it requires a certain amount of faith because it hasn't happened yet, but the knowledge based on the factual data shows me this country, the United States of America, should function as a geniocracy. Geniocracy. A geniocracy means that the government is run by geniuses, people who are proficient in categories and disciplines that allow them to be in control of that. Not control in the sense where they tell you this is what's going to happen. Okay, let's talk about the environment. If the environment is suffering, as a lot of people say, okay, let me start by saying the earth is billions and billions and billions of years old. It has gone through several iterations of humans. The problem is we keep killing ourselves off. How long are we going to keep doing that? Because when they spit us out, they'll start some new humans. And those new humans will start new technology. Happens about every 5-6 years. 6,000 years. New humans show up. The ones that are here right now, in a few more years, the earth will spit you out. And the cycle will continue from prehistoric time to times of technology. And soon as we get to a point where the technology is bigger than our brain can work on, they spit us out again. The earth spits us out again. I'm just saying. Look up Damon T. Berry, Berry, right? Or look up in YouTube The Forever Time. He explains all of that. We live our lives where everything we believe, talk about, feel, say, argue about especially, is based on the show that was provided to make you believe, say, talk about, argue about these things. So if you want somebody to do what you want them to do, say what you want them to say, believe what you want them to believe, agree with your opinion, you need to put on a good show. Period. Because let's face it, if I didn't put on a good show, you wouldn't be listening to me right now. With that said, I am Seraph GL, and this is that which matters most, and is always imparting peace.
I protect that which matters most.